Roque National Assembly Speaker Woo Won-shik begins visit to Vietnam. PM urges maximum effort to save people amidst the record floods. The value of the teaching profession shines in the 4.0 era.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. I'm Hoàng Yên, and here we go, the first step of the show. Speaker of National Assembly of Republic of Korea, Woo Won-shik, and his spouse just arrived in Hanoi on November 20th, beginning their official visit to Vietnam at the invitation of National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn.
The visit takes place at a time when Vietnam, Roque relations are growing strongly across multiple areas, especially after the two countries upgraded their ties to a comprehensive strategic partnership. This visit affirms the commitment of senior leaders of both countries to continue strengthening their close friendship and comprehensive, effective cooperation. Since diplomatic relations were established on December 22, 1992, the friendship between Vietnam and the Roque has steadily flourished. The Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea, Woo Won-shik's visit reaffirms Vietnam's long-standing policy of valuing and prioritizing relations with the ROC. It presents an opportunity for both countries to advance mutually beneficial cooperation in defense, security, economy, and science and technology, while exploring new areas of collaboration befitting their comprehensive strategic partnership.
Deputy Prime Minister Hồ Quốc Dũng on November 20th just signed a government dispatch from the Prime Minister directing urgent measures to respond to the exceptionally severe floods in central Vietnam, especially in Gia Lai, Đắk Lắk, and Thanh Hóa provinces.
The dispatch emphasized that river levels in these provinces have reached extremely high levels, with some areas surpassing historical records. Floodwaters on the Ba River in Đắk Lắk and the Con River in Gia Lai remain high, while rivers in Con Hoa are forecast to continue rising. In response to the emergency, the Prime Minister instructed the administrations of Gia Lai, Đắk Lắk, and Con Hoa, along with relevant ministries and agencies, to focus on decisively implementing all urgent measures necessary to protect the lives of residents. Local authorities are required to mobilize all available forces and resources, especially the army, police, local militias, and security forces, to immediately access deeply flooded, isolated, and promptly evacuate residents to safe locations. The Ministry of Public Security and Ministry of National Defense are tasked with directing military and police units in the affected areas to fully deploy personnel and equipment, including helicopters and drones, to assist local authorities in evacuations, search, and rescue.
According to The Guardian newspaper, U.S. and Russian officials have quietly drafted a new plan to end the war in Ukraine that would require Kiev to surrender territory and severely limit the size of its military.
The draft plan, which was reportedly developed by U.S. President Donald Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff and the Kremlin advisor Kirill Dmitriev. The Financial Times and Reuters reported that the proposal would require Ukraine to cede territory it controls in the east of the country and halve the size of its military. Conditions that the Ukrainian president Volodymyr Zelensky has in the past called non-starters. Other conditions include limiting U.S. military assistance and categories of armaments used by the Ukrainian military. It is unclear if Trump administration backs deal that would mean Kyiv giving up territory and slashing size of military.
Upcoming are some updated news.
Rescuers in South Korea have saved all 267 people after a passenger ferry ran aground near the peninsula's southwestern tip on November 19th. The 26,000-ton vessel was traveling from Jeju Island to the Mokpo port when it hit a small rocky island in the southwest of the country near Jindo Island. On board were 246 passengers and 21 crew members. The Coast Guard said it rescued all those on the ship after mobilizing about 20 vessels and a plane. 5 passengers reportedly suffered injuries from the impact of the grounding. The Coast Guard has said human error may have caused the accident, but a full investigation is underway.
Vietnam has set a target for 100% of public transport vehicles in the capital city of Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City to use clean, green, and environmentally friendly energy by 2030. The objective forms part of the National Action Plan on addressing air pollution and managing ambient air quality for 2026-2030, with a vision towards 2045, approved under a decision signed by Deputy Prime Minister Tran Hong Ha on November 19th. According to the action plan, the 2026-2030 phase aims to control, prevent, and gradually reverse air pollution in key economic zones. By 2030, Vietnam aims for measurable improvements in air quality nationwide.
On the evening of November 19th, Lao Cai Province, in coordination with the provinces in the Red River Basin of Vietnam and the Hong He Prefecture, Yunnan Province, China, opened the first Red River Festival 2025 with the theme, Where the Red River Flows into Vietnam. Within the framework of the festival, visitors will experience the cultural space of ethnic groups, visit cultural exhibitions, tourism, photos, artifacts, and publications about the Red River, enjoy folk rituals, folk songs, traditional costumes to feel the beauty of the land and people of the upstream region, where the Red River flows into Vietnam. Along with that is a series of events and activities of economic sports tourism-friendly exchange, such as Vietnam-China International Trade Fair, reenactment of the old Coc Loi Market, international cycling race, 1 track, 2 countries.
In the strong flow of technology, every profession demands new requirements such as adaptation, creativity, and innovation. The same is true for teaching profession, where the role of teachers become even more special. They do not merely impart the knowledge, but also orient and guide students to learn correctly and understand correctly. That journey is quiet, yet it has never been less important. More in this story today.
After every teaching session, teacher Nguyễn Thị Minh spends extra time at home studying new knowledge and useful applications to incorporate into her lesson plans. In the age of information technology development, the education sector is also obliged to apply some useful programs. In the age of technology, teachers are not only instructors, they must also continuously learn new knowledge to update their skills, meet job requirements, and satisfy students' learning needs. Students are exposed to illustrative images, videos, AI technology, and learning games. They understand the lessons better and are more engaged. While the initial use of digital technology in teaching can be challenging, it ultimately brings effectiveness to the classroom lessons. Modern technology brings countless beneficial things to teaching and learning. However, the guiding and orienting role of the teacher remains the core value, a source of knowledge and character that nothing can replace. There are many tools that help us study better, especially when learning at home. However, the role of the teacher is truly irreplaceable. There are specific guidance and mentorship elements that social media or AI simply cannot match. The 4.0 era opens up a treasure trove of knowledge, making both teachers and students explorers on this journey of discovery. Teachers are the ones who ensure that this source of knowledge reaches their students. In the process of digital transformation, it is the teacher's dedication, adaptability, and desire to sow the seeds of knowledge that will serve as the foundation for every student's growth.
The last story just ended our news today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye for now.